Ugh. Did I sleep in this chair? Oh man, it's bright in here. You know what? I'm just not feeling a Krams Korner episode this week. My team's lost 3 straight. Julio Jones is out for the year. This is my only job. The own government is shut down. So, I mean, why should I have to work? Fuck it. I'll just see you guys next week. Gotcha, bitches! You didn't really think I was going to let you get off that easy, did you? Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Krams Korner. I am Kram, and I'm coming to you live from the Bernard Asia Center here in our LA studios. Let's get right into this week's news and stories. I'd like to start off this week by talking about one of the league franchises that's under mounting pressure to change its name, with lawyers, activists, politicians, and even tribal members getting involved. It seems sooner rather than later that this franchise will be forced to change its name. I'm talking, of course, about the Empire. That's right, AFL. Whether you're black, white, Native American, Sith, or Jedi, everyone and their mother seems to have an opinion on this matter, and no one is feeling the pressure more than team owner Sonny Shaw. In response to this pressure, Shaw went so far as to write an open letter to fans this week detailing why he believes that the name should not be changed. In case you missed it, I'll pull out some highlights from the letter. He included bulleted evidence and studies that back up his position. And I quote, "A poll that talked to nearly 1,000 Star Wars fans concluded that 90% of them did not find the name to be offensive. Also, in an AP poll earlier this year, 79% of respondents did not have a problem with the name, and only 11% felt that the Empire name should be changed." I decided to do my own investigative journalism on the matter and talk to members of both the Allied Force fan club and the Boba Fett fan club. Yes, these are both real clubs. Members of the Allied Force club said to me that they felt the name was very offensive, and for any fantasy football team to take the name so lightly and to parade it around as some sort of mascot was just simply inappropriate. Members of the Boba Fett fan club echoed the same feelings. They said, if the team is going to be named after the Empire, the least they can do is win. They're honoring nobody by sitting at the bottom of the standings. There's been no shortage of opinions coming out of Washington, as plenty of old white dudes have wanted to weigh in on the matter. However, since they don't have anything to do with this, nor have any right to be offended by the name, I don't give a shit what they have to say, and I did not include them in this segment. Look, there's no easy answer to this issue. Both sides have valid points, and I'm not going to be the one to try to figure this out. On one hand, the Empire has been around for nearly 5 years and should have the right to name their team whatever they want. They have at least 2 loyal fans who have shed blood, sweat, and tears over this team. I mean, literally, Sonny cried at the draft over his team. On the other hand, if even a few Star Wars fans are offended by the name, we can't just simply ignore their complaints. If you look at the history of the country, we do tend to side with those who are offended. You look at slavery, you look at women's rights, you look at gay rights. Eventually, the change is finally made due to mounting political pressure. Whether that's the case here or not is yet to be determined. For now, however, my advice to the Empire would just be to focus on winning rather than the name change. In other news, there's a team owner meeting going on in Las Vegas this week, which features 3 of the top 4 teams in the league. Adam, John, and Eric are all attending. Adam, of course, is sitting atop the standings right now at 5-0. He's also scored 69 more points than the second leading scorer, Abarca. Going to pause briefly now to allow you time to picture Adam and Abarca in a 69 position. These conventions are always unpredictable, and as we all know, anything can happen in Sin City. Hopefully for the rest of the league, Adam has one too many daiquiris on Saturday night and doesn't wake up till Sunday afternoon and forget to set his lineup. Or, my favorite scenario to imagine is this. Eric and Adam are down at the blackjack tables playing until about midnight. Adam decides to go to bed because the games come on at 10 a.m. out here and he'd like to get up early to watch his players. Eric stays out, gambles a little bit more, then takes two of the 17-year-old hostesses from the casino back up to their room. Of course, Eric does his thing and slays them. Nice work, by the way. There's no shame in the game. And after that, they all fall asleep right on the bed next to Adam. An hour or two later, one of the girls wakes up and realizes that Eric is 7 years older than them and calls the cops. Now, before the cops can get there, Eric wakes up and slips out of the room. Then when they get there, they arrest Adam thinking that it's actually Eric. And Adam sits in his jail cell all Sunday long and has no control over his players while the police straighten the whole thing out. And he's left to say, F you, Eric! I can't frickin' believe this happened to me. Someone call Dad! Frick. F. It's just too bad for the rest of us that that scenario is totally unrealistic. You gotta be at least 18 to work in a casino, right, Eric? Alright, that's gonna do it for me here this week. You guys all know who you're playing, so there's no need for me to go over the matchups. All I can say is, Abarca, you're going down. As always, I wish you all the worst of luck. Have a good weekend.